you were warned quite a bit to kindly ensure that your Sage University was running and functioning. So I hope you actually. Okay, no problem. So I was just saying, there are quite a few of people who did not actually write their Sage test. Okay. And my assumption is the only excuse that I think could be justified for not having written is the fact that your Sage University was not up and running. So what I wanted to say is that, guys, you were warned from the beginning of the semester that, guys, please sort this out. I do know that 2 weeks towards the test deadline, I also made a announcement on Sage saying, failing to plan is also planning to fail. Okay. So literally from that angle, I don't think there really is an excuse. And I do understand some people have actually been rejected in terms of requesting to write the sub. So, or should I say, requesting to write the replacement test. So, um, what I'm trying to say is that, guys, ultimately, I hope most of you managed to actually write. I heard there's a good number that didn't, but yeah, ultimately, I hope now we're learning to prioritize our studies and make sure that we do things when we've been told to do them. Okay, but that said, let's proceed with the lesson. It's not going to be a long lesson. We have really finished the most of what we've needed to cover for this module. But let's get into it. So today what we want to touch on is opening balances. Opening balances. And guys, if you have any questions or thoughts for me after I present today's lecture, please feel free to ask. Okay, I'll be there for that. Okay, so we've literally covered everything. The last lecture we did VAT. So now today we're going to do budgets. Going to do budgets. Okay. So budgets. What is a budget? A budget is a measurable expression of a plan to define for a defined period of time. Okay. When we think financially, you can think a budget is pretty much just a forecast of what we anticipate to happen financially. Okay. Here it's also saying it may include planned sales volumes, revenues, cost, expenses, assets, liabilities, cash flows. It states strategic plans of business units, organizations, activities, or events in quantifiable terms. Very important. It's in quantifiable terms. All right. In other words, in numbers. All right. We're not theorizing here with more what's this, paragraphs like a business plan. All right. And then Sage Accounting allows you to create your financial budget. Okay, how do we go about that? We go to companies, then we go to budgets, and then we add a budget. All right, when you click on that, this screen will pop up and you'll be able to create a budget. All right, all right. And then obviously what you need to do is then enter the name of the budget that you want to create. Is your budget for this year or next year? Okay. And then create your budget based on historical data. So in other words, data that you have in the system off of the company that you're already managing, or are you going to create your budget manually, all right, from scratch, basically. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so the following screen will display if you choose to create your budget manually from scratch, in other words. Okay, there you can see the name of the budget there. Here they've called it FY20. Okay, you can rename it if you want to. Okay, and then obviously here you can begin to fill in the details. Right here you can see all the account items are going down. Is you've got your total cost of sales there, but it does go further down. So you can literally put in an amount for every single account. Okay. Okay. Then enter all the amounts of the system accounts. If not all the system accounts that you need to enter amounts for are available, you need to create new accounts. Okay, so if for any reason you find that there's certain accounts that you wanted to include in your budget, but they're actually not there, all they're letting you know there is that you can create the accounts. Okay, you do not have to enter an amount in every field. Okay, so here we have two features. We have this blue arrow. I'll just zoom in a bit. Blue arrow, and you have a green arrow. Okay, and these are set up for us so that we can obviously then, instead of inserting this sales amount in every row, all right, we can quickly just click on that. Okay, copy budget values for all accounts. Okay, so what that does is you only need to copy value or put in values for the first month, all right, or for the first section, and then you copy it going forward. All right, so here your first option is copy this value across each month going forward. Okay, and then copy this value across each month going forward, adjusting the value at the same time. So here, if you want to incorporate inflation, all right, it can be an increase or a deflation. It would be then a decrease. It could be once off, all right, or it could be bi-monthly. Here you can see every month, every 2 months, every quarter, every 6 months. Okay, this is assuming you're doing a yearly budget. Okay, and then there you can put in the interest rate or the rate at which it will increase or decrease, and then there you can round off to the nearest rand. Okay, specify the percentage you wish to adjust your budget values by. Okay, so very nifty feature there. And then let's see what the green one is all about. What's the difference between the two? Okay, the green button will allow you to copy the amounts across all the fields for the selected account only. Okay, you can also adjust each month's budget value to increase or decrease your amount going forward. Choose the frequency that the increase or decrease on the budget value should occur. Okay, so it could be once off. So in other words, once during the course of the year, okay, your budget amount will increase or decrease by the percentage entered for the next month. The same amount will be applied to each month after that. Okay, so it's actually month by month, sorry. All right, your budget values will increase or decrease by the percentage entered every month, every second month, every quarter, or only after 6 months. So I think this once off, maybe they've put in the wrong information. Doesn't seem to make sense. Okay, specify the percentage by which to adjust the budget again. Okay, so this one is for the specific account, the selected account only. The blue one is for all, across all the fields. Okay, so that's the important thing to note. Blue one is going to be for sales, it's going to be for consulting revenue, all the different accounts. Okay, and where's the green one for only sales in this scenario. Okay, all right, and here you can see we've obviously built our budget. Okay, you can see all the amounts there. This person is obviously applying inflation or applying interest or an increase, should I say, on every month. You can see there's a gradual increase from each of the previous months. Okay, let's go on. Okay, the budgets that you have created can be printed and export it to show your accountant, bank, or financial institution. Click on company budgets and then budget report. Okay, so this is very handy if you want to show potential investors, want to show your bank. All right, and guys, literally that's it for budgets. So again, I ask you, are there any questions, thoughts, anything you want to discuss? You're more than welcome to also switch on your mic. So as you can see here, nope, this is what I want to show you. We've just done budgets. We did the VAT module the last time I saw you guys face to face. Okay, and literally we only have opening balances to do, which I'll say for when next I see you. I think should be next week sometime. And then we have one more session after that, after the next time. So literally, all that I have now to share with you guys is just, on that opening balance. But the rest of the session is really, do you have any questions, anything you'd like to discuss with me? If not, then obviously you guys can go. I'm not going to hold on to you. Okay, thank you, Sitle. That's fine. No problem.
Afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, how are you?
Good on you.
Good, good.
I'm having trouble looking for your records, your old records. I can't
Oh,
find
you
them
mean,
on YouTube.
oh, my videos?
Yes.
So thank you. That's a very good question. I'm happy you asked that. So what's happening there is, remember, I have privatized these videos. So you can't go in, even if you search my name, you won't find them there. You have to use the links in the announcements.
Oh, okay.
So once
Thank
you go on to your respective group and you go to the announcements. So actually, let me do it now whilst I have you guys on this session. So let me duplicate this here. Uh, so let's do this. Okay, so now you go to your announcements. I'm sure it'll be quite similar for you guys. So it's just a little bit. So there you see, you've got your your link for that class recording. So you need to look for all the places where we say class recording. Let's scroll down. Let's check. Okay, here's another. No, that's a class. Okay, lesson recording. So you need to copy this link. Okay, all right. It's not allowing me to be great right now. Okay, there we go. All right, that's the only way you're going to actually see the YouTube videos or classes or sessions. Okay, let's go back. This is going to eventually play. I know some of them I did all together. So like here, you have all of them together like this. Okay, right. So thank you so much for that question. I know there's a lot of people who have been asking me about that. Okay, let's make sure that we pass that message on as well. All right, you can only view it via looking at the announcement. All right, and just to reiterate, the reason why I've done that is because obviously I'm presenting on Sage's content, not that of my own. Obviously, just for copyright reasons, I don't want to put it all out there. That might be an issue in future. I don't know if it is, but just in case. All right, guys, are there any other questions? More than welcome, Cameron. Okay, if nobody has any other, sir, have you received our assignments? No. So just for clarity, the only thing that was required according to your pass was for you to do that test. I know some of us had the assignments as well, but according to pass, we're only supposed to do a test, and then you're going to do an exam with under your Sage University profile as well. And those results get sent straight to Sage. I don't receive them. So once Sage is done with those marks, they're going to go to the administration, and then it'll be viewed via the portal. So I actually won't see your Sage. So how the iStask going to work? iStask, no, iStask is not a problem. I'm going to share them with admin, with the administration at VC. So that's not a problem. I assume that's what you're asking when you say how the iStask going to work, right? I'm going to share them with VC, and then the admin will calculate your CAS and all that stuff. Yes, you had iStask. Let me show you where your iStasks were as usual. Come here, classroom resources. Told you guys long time ago. See, items are now hidden from students because you guys had until 30 September to do your ICE tasks. Okay, but you had 4 ICE tasks, very short ones. Remember, they were true and false, true and false, true and false. Okay. So yes, you did have ICE tasks. Okay, if you guys were paying attention to the notes, then aha, sweet stuff. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. All right, again, guys, if you don't have any questions, it's fine. You can leave. I'm not gonna keep you hostage. All right, thank you, Sile. Enjoy the day as well. Bye bye, Young Isile. Take care, Kate. Thank you. Only a pleasure.